Okay, hey everyone. Finally, I'm back getting this card done that I had been promising. This little owl card. I'm not the original designer of it. I'm sure everybody has seen this little guy. I just decided to figure out how to do it on my own with my own dies. You can do it on your die cutting machine or your Silhouette or your Cameo, depending on if you really want to figure out the dimensions for the machines. I don't, so I'm just going to do it on my die cutting. I'll show you the dies I use and give you an approximate size of what they are to make it. The first one I have is the, this is what I use for his head. It's 4.5 by 4.5. This is what, and it measures, I measure it from where it's going to cut. That's the head. I use this one here for the body, and that's 4 by 4. Yep, reverse that. This I use for the head, the other one I use for the body. Sorry. All right. This is a 2 1/8 circle that I use to cut out his belly. This is the scallop that's 1 1/2 that I use to cut his 2 wings. You'll need 2 of those. This is for his eyelids, and this one is 1 3/8. This is for his colored part of his eyes, the green right here. I don't know what's on his eye. The green right there. And that is 7/8 inch circle. The next one is the 5/8 inch circle, which is his pupils. And then we have the 2 hearts. This will be his feet. And this measures 1 5/8 from the top to the bottom. And then this one is what I used for his nose, or his beak. And it's what, about a 1/2 inch to 5/8, something like that, but that's pretty little. Okay, well, let's get started real quick. Now, to make his head, I'm going to kind of give you an idea of this. This is his head. All right. I try to take my bone folder and then my scoreboard, and I put it on the scoreboard. Let me get that real quick. And I just kind of put it on the scoreboard and score it to do his head. And then, of course, you gotta fold his head. And then you'll take one piece of his body, this right here, and we're gonna glue it on this side of his head. And just match it up the best you can. Try not to go all the way to his ears because you don't want his ears shut. And then I try to just line it up as best as I can. And then if I've gone over too much with the glue, just wipe it down. No biggie. And glue on his little body. Now I take my ink, Lord have mercy, bumble fingers, and I like to ink around just to give him some dimension. So we'll ink around and use whatever color you want. It doesn't matter, just whatever works. And I ink that. And then I'll ink his belly. This is his belly piece. And I'm going to take his belly. And his belly will go on this piece, not on this piece, but he'll go on this piece. And I usually will put it on here, get an idea where I want his belly to go once I put his head on. So I'm figuring right about there is good. So glue on his belly. Right about there. Get his belly glued on. Now with his wings, we'll ink those up a little bit. Get those inked. And you don't have to ink it if you don't want. And this is what I do for his wings. I'll set them down and get an idea where I want his wings to be. And I only glue right here because I like to have his wings a little bit loose so he doesn't look so stiff. So right about there, I'll put a little bit of glue. Doesn't have to be perfect. And any spots that I've overdone, I'll get that on there. And then do his other wing. Just kind of match it up a little. And put it down. And then once you have that, you can, what you're going to do is you're going to glue on his feet. You'll actually need 4 feet. I only cut 2, but you need 4. 2 for the front, 2 for the back. But I didn't cut them all, so I'll have to cut more later. And then I ink his feet too. So I'll ink his feet. Oh, if I can get things to stay still for me, good gracious. All right, go ahead and glue his head, his body on before you put his feet on. So there you go. Just glue right here, right here. Hope I'm in frame. Right here. And then match it up with your back one. Plop her on down. And then give him some ink on the outside of his body. I got a new die cutting machine. It's not cutting as smooth as it used to. Now you can glue on his feet. Just put them where I put them, excuse me, on this side of the, this little mark here. I try to put the foot on that side and just glue it right up and through here. And lay it down. Get a guesstimate where you want it. So, put about there. Glue his little feet on. And get the next one. And then glue it down there. And you got his little feet. Like I said, you need to glue 2 more. Now on this card, I did glued 2 more of the bodies on the inside to cover the feet and to give it some more stability, so when he stands better. So you can do that. Now for his eyes, you want to cut this in half, and I like to just go ahead and I fold it in half so it's a little bit more accurate, and then cut it down the center. And then, of course, you want to put some more, I put more ink on it, on his eyes, so you can ink, oh, goodness, ink his eyelids. Sorry for the birds, but I can't take them out of here because their cage is just too big, and this, unfortunately, is my craft room. And then I like to take them and give the eyes just a little bit of body, the eyelids, so they're just not like flat on his body. Goodness, we're shedding everywhere. Okay, let's get his eyeballs on first before we do anything. Let's see. Glue his pupils on. Now, I don't glue them right smack in the center. I glue his eyeballs just a little off. It doesn't look quite in the center. That's just me. You can do whatever you want to do. And then glue those. And then the whites of his eyes. Like I said, I don't glue it directly in the center because I like them a little off. Get this second one on there. I don't want him to look googly-eyed, but okay. Then we'll put his eyes on him. And then we'll put his eyebrows. But what I do is I put his eyes on first. And then get an idea where his eyebrows are going to be. So right about there for his eyes. This is not about perfection. It's just about just making a little feller and having some fun. And this one looks a little more googly-eyed than that one. Now when I do his eyelids, I usually just put glue right here. I know two birds that are going to be fed for dinner tonight if they keep it up. And then just glue it on there. This one looks like he's a little on the crazy side. Yeah, I glued his eyes. But, oh well. He's had too much to drink, I guess. So. And then glue that. And so it just gives his eyelids a little dimension so he doesn't look like it's just so flat on him. And then his nose. I just give a little bit of ink on his nose, not much. Shh. Noisy, noisy, noisy birds. And they always know when I'm going to record. They always start talking. I think I'm talking to them. And glue his little nose right there. And like I said, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But definitely add 2 more feet and then cut 2 more bodies to give them stability like this guy. And then take your, your gel pen, let me get mine, and just add little white dots in his eyes. And there you go. It gives him some character. So, you know, he's got a brother. Easy peasy, guys. And the next tutorial I will have will be a menu board. And I'll try to get better about getting a little bit quicker with them. So until then, thanks, guys.